Hello everyone, this is the after New Year's update video on the basement project. I'm trying to make some progress, but of course we're real busy doing family stuff, but I wanted to show a couple things that we've been working on. So number one, we're basically done with all the framing. If you look up here, the soffit for the game room is done, and then this continues on through into the bedroom hallway. So that's all done and squared away. We still have to do fire blocking and drywall blocking and things like that, but shall we say minor details. I started working on the plumbing as well. This cleanout trap was twisted in a weird wrong angle, so I cut that off, put a new one on in its place, and then teed off my drain line. I still have a little bit of configuring I need to do here because I forgot about vents and forgot about a vent, or I was going to put them in a different place. I'll show you more about that in a second, but we're basically going to have the wet bar in here attached on this side here, and I'll show you more, poking through on this side, and then all the rest of the plumbing is in the bathroom itself. So again, walking down the hallway here to get into the bedroom and bathroom on the left, bathroom on the right, and the thing that is becoming, shall we say, the challenge is that this cavity here is going to be your stack unit washer and dryer. So I've started installing the washer dryer connector here. We're going to end up putting the dryer vent box kind of right in here between these two studs, and then that's going to go up and just simply over above this soffit space. So there'll be plenty of easy access for the dryer vent. But of course, the big thing is, getting all the plumbing in. We're going to use PAX A plumbing. Decided that this weekend. I don't have the tool for that, so we'll probably rent one, but none of the supply lines are in yet. We'll worry about doing that once we're done with all the drain. But P-trap for the washer dryer, and then we're going to come over. That's going to be the outlet to get to the P-trap for the vanity. So of course the P-trap for that will be outside the wall. So we're just going to have a stub out there. And then this was the best I could come up with for drains, so that the washer dryer, or the washer in this case, does not drain and have any potential to come back up to the vanity. So as it comes out, it'll just come straight down and draw. I'm going to put a vent right here that'll just go straight up, because I was rereading the code and it said you can only have one. Of course, you have to be within 60 inches, and that's 70 inches. Oops. So we'll have to add another one there. But it can also be only one 90-degree angle from the P-trap. So there's your 190-degree angle, and put it right there. It'd be perfectly fine. What I'm actually going to redo is, once Laura reminded me about the wet bar, I'm going to take this piece here and put that in place here to feed the vanity. And then out of the top of that, I'll put the elbow to go out. So then right out of that side, second stud cavity is where the basically the wet bar is going to go. And so then both the wet bar and the vanity will share this drain, and then that'll meet up to this one from the washer. I don't know a better way to do it, so if anyone actually has a really awesome way to do it, let me know, preferably before I put the drywall on. But then again, drain water goes down, and there it is. So there's your vent. My plan is to have these vents go straight up and connect in and meet up with the vent up there. So that should be pretty simple and pretty easy. Anyhow, moving on. Not really a whole lot of new and interesting things to see in the bedroom. In fact, there's probably not much of anything to see in the new and interesting in the bedroom. But here's a quick overview of the bedroom. I'm standing next to the egress window. That little wall is going to be where the TV is. We're going to have a closet next to it. And then the bed will be right about here. On either side of the bed, we're going to have wall sconce lights and a switch for those lights. And then outlets at the bottom to charge phones and such. And then I think we're just going to put like a shelf for a end tables. So that's fine there. The big thing in the theater space is actually we finished up the soffits in there. So again, this soffitting is all done and complete for around the ventilation stack, but I finished the soffitting around the perimeter of the theater space. So all the way around here, we're gonna have downward firing lights. There's gonna be 2 on the back wall and 3 each on the side walls, because they're obviously much longer. So there'll be light coming down from those. Right along the edge, we're gonna have some LEDs facing up and hidden by some crown. So we're gonna put multicolor RGB LEDs in there, addressable LEDs, to do what we're calling the Aurora effect. So kind of like, for my fellow Vision or Teen nerds, kind of like what we've often seen in treatment vaults with the LEDs around the room. We're gonna do something like that. And then this soffit continues all the way around to meet up with the screen. That was Laura's idea for balance. And then in this space up here, I've given her the task of figuring out what she wants to do and how to do it, because she wants to put starlights up here. So probably make a drop-esque ceiling, not your traditional drop ceiling, but some big panels or something, and wire them in there. But this is standing behind where the second row of seats would be, but it gives you a good overview of your screen wall. And the screen is basically gonna go from the corner of this soffit to the corner of this soffit and fill that space. So that'll be pretty nice, about 135-inch screen. But then again, you see the soffits running down each side. And that was Laura's idea, again, because she says it helps balance this out better. And I totally understand what she's saying. So she wants it, we do it. So lots of little tedious work to get that done, but I got that done. Not a whole lot new in the office either. Oh, I totally forgot about this. I got my electrical permit, and so I've started working on roughing in some of the electrical in the theater room. Apparently I don't know how to measure 6 inches, and I cut about 1.5 feet, but hey, I'll trim that off later. But this is the start of the electrical for the outlets in the theater room. Obviously lots more to come on that, with all the lighting circuits and everything else that we're going to have in here. 3 lights up front to light up the screen and everything else. We started with a 4-switch outlet there, and that's not including the 5th one for her starlights. So 1 3-way and an extra single way over here just for lights. So 5 separate lighting circuits in the theater room. So moving on to the office space. Again, I started using this for work. So there's the work laptop, but just been using this as my workspace. I haven't really done much of anything else in here. And of course, we've got the wall jacks, or the boxes for the wall outlets in here too. Decided I'm going to put one right there so that I can have something to plug my computer and my phone into and everything else. But I've got lots more underneath to power all the things. So, other than that, that's kind of the update. That's where we are as of the weekend after New Year's. So, thank you, everybody.